All right, so today I'm going to be going over a topic that I recently was just able to put words to. Like, I always knew that this thing was a thing, but I didn't know it actually had a name. Until I read this book. I think it was Unleash the Power Within by Tony Robbins, a really good book. But it put a name to it. I was like, yes, that's the thing. And I want to talk about it because I think it's really prevalent in a lot of women's weight loss journey. And I think it's kind of a step for getting out of your own way. A lot of times we're our own worst enemy or we're our biggest saboteur. So this is a really, really great tip to highlight that and show you how to get out of it. So basically, there is this thing in psychology, I think it's called a scotomas. And it's basically, put in layman's terms, it's like a mental blind spot. And this mental blind spot, it's everybody can see this thing except you. You've created this blind spot over time. And it's basically you've said this thing or that thing, and you believed this thing or that thing for so long that it's now become your reality. And to you, it's reality, and reality means unchanging. But the good news is that if you created that reality, you can also change that reality. So an example of how this pops up, so this starts making sense for you and you can use it to help you speed up your weight loss, is let's say you're at a dinner table and somebody says, this is the example Tony Robbins gave in the book, and it had me dying of laughter because it was so relatable. So say you are at a dinner table and someone says, pass me the salt. And you're looking around for the salt and you're like, I don't know where the salt is. And they're like, oh, salt is in the cupboard in the kitchen. And they're like, oh, well, I don't want to go get the salt. I don't know where it is. It's like, no, just go get me the salt, please. I know you'll find it right away. So you get up, you go into the kitchen, and then on the way to the kitchen, like, oh God, I just want to eat. I don't know where the stupid salt is. Why can't they get the salt? And then you reach the cupboard and you're looking and you don't find the salt. And you're like, I don't see the salt. And they're like, well, check on the second shelf. And then you're looking, you're like, I don't see the salt. And they're like, it's there behind the pepper. And they're like, I don't see the salt. So they come stomping into the kitchen, and then it's right in front of your face and they pull it. And they say, it was right here this whole time. Right? So maybe that's happened to you, or maybe you're the person that's done that before. As moms, that happens to us a lot. We're the ones that always have to go find everything, right? But my point being is the salt was in front of that guy's eyes the whole time. It was right there. But his blind spot didn't let him see it. Because the whole way to being asked to get the salt, to going up and get the salt, to now searching in the cupboard for the salt, he kept telling himself, I don't know where the salt is. I'm not going to find the salt. God, why do I see the salt? So he never found it, even though it was right in front of his eyes. His eyes saw it, but his brain didn't let him register that it was there. Because the brain's very smart. The brain doesn't want you to come off as a liar. The brain is meant to protect us, right? That's why a lot of the times we struggle with emotional eating, right? It's because we've experienced over years, even decades, that we're triggered by something, we get emotional, and then food calms us down. So our brain now associates food with calming down. It just wants to protect us. So now whenever we get triggered emotionally, it automatically makes us crave food because it wants to keep us safe and protect us. So that's just another example of how the brain is trying to protect us. It doesn't want you to believe you're a liar. It wants to protect you from calling you a liar, so it doesn't let you see the salt, right? So if that's the case, where has the salt been in your weight loss journey? Are you following me? Is this making sense, right? Because if you think about in your weight loss journey, right? Let's say, when I coach all these ladies, let's say I get a bunch of ladies that say, I have menopause, right? Menopause hit and I gained all this weight and I don't know how to lose it. Well, if every time you start talking about losing weight and menopause and you say, since I've got menopause, it's impossible to lose the weight. My body is completely changed. I don't know how to make it respond like it used to. My metabolism is shot. I don't know what I'm doing. Right? I don't know what to do with this new body. If that's what you keep saying to yourself, like menopause is this death sentence. If that's what you keep saying, then you are going to keep believing that. Now, whether or not menopause has made it harder to lose weight is irrelevant because you still want to lose weight, and believing that it is harder to lose weight is not helping you lose weight. So it doesn't matter if it is a true belief, it is an unserving belief. It is not serving you anymore. And so it's kind of like when I have ladies that I talk to and they say, I really struggle with confidence. I wish I was more confident. And when they're telling me this, they're looking down at the ground, their shoulders are shrugged. They're like, I wish I had more confidence. You don't even say that with confidence. So not only have you thought that you don't have confidence for so long, you believe it so much, you feel it, and then your body shows it. Same thing with people who are like angry, right? They're like, why am I so angry? I don't want to be so angry, but you're saying it in an angry way. So it's literally a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you're just perpetuating it. If you just took a second and breathe, and if you want confidence, and then you and then instead of saying, oh, I wish I had confidence, you put your shoulders back, you put your hands on your hip, you stare at yourself, you make eye contact in the mirror, and you say, I'm gonna find confidence. There's a difference. Your cells can feel the energy that you are bringing with every thought, with every word, with every action. Your body is just relaying the thoughts that you've been having because thoughts precede actions. Say that again, Madison. Okay. Your body feels the energy your thoughts have been creating. So you're unhappy with your appearance because we've gained weight. That is a result of the thoughts that you've been feeding yourself. Your body's just responding to the input you've given it, whether you realize that or not, whether it was unconscious or conscious. And so, where's the salt in your weight loss journey? Where's the salt? Right? Like if you don't know what you want to do or where you want to go with your life and you keep telling yourself, I just can't figure it out. What do I want to do with my life? I don't have a passion for anything. I don't like this. I don't like this. I haven't found this. What do I want to do with my life? Can you see how there's zero room for a solution there? You just answered the question as soon as you answered it. And you told yourself there isn't an answer. And your cells felt that. So your cells gave you the answer. Right? We think we should get what we deserve, right? We think we should get what we deserve. But unfortunately, most of the time you do have what you deserve because we've unconsciously only been asking for that. And we don't even realize that. And I'm not trying to attack anybody or slap anybody in the face with this, but if you're unhappy in your life, in your body, with your health, wherever that unhappiness lies, you've created that. You've created that reality yourself. And again, the good news is because you created that reality, you do have the power to change it at any time and as quickly as you'd like. It just starts with believing it and raising your standards. And so it's not about, asking yourself these questions all the time, right? Like, where's the salt? Where's the salt? Why can't I lose weight? Oh God, menopause, it's so hard. You're telling yourselves how to act and you're cementing your beliefs, the beliefs that aren't helping you. Right? I use this in my marriage a lot, right? Like if the divorce rate is 50%, that is so freaking high. I'm going to actively work against that statistic. So what am I doing to actively work against getting divorced? Right? Like actively working against something like that, actively working against your limiting beliefs. So you have to pay attention and you have to ask yourself, if my reality is self-made, and if I keep saying I deserve more, but yet I still get the same thing, well, then I've actually only been telling myself, telling the universe, telling my cells that I deserve this. And that's up for you to define in different areas of your life, right? Like, is your marriage a 10 out of 10? Is your health a 10 out of 10? Is your career a 10 out of 10? Is your relationship with your kids a 10 out of 10? All of that stuff. So wherever it's not a 10 out of 10, you have to, in order to fix it, you actually have to accept first that you chose for it not to be a 10 out of 10. But now you know that you can unchoose it. So you're not stuck. And it wasn't your fault consciously, purposefully. But now you do know. And now it is your fault going forward if you don't make a change, because you do know now. Now know. That's a tongue twister. So, like I said, your brain doesn't want to make you appear like a liar. So if you keep attaching yourself to these beliefs, you're going to keep living up to them. Because your brain, your body, your physiology, they want to protect you. But growth, does that ever happen in our comfort zone? No, unfortunately, sorry. We can't stay warm and cozy on the couch and lose weight. But the point being is there's salt shakers all over your house, all over your mind somewhere. Your blind spots, the answer to the weight loss, the answer to your marriage problems, the answer to X, Y, and Z, the answer has been there this whole time, but you have cemented for so long that there is no answer, or that the answer is so hard to find that you won't find it. So until you pull that curtain up, you drop that wall, right? You drop that mental blind bias, the answer is right in front of you. It is. It is, because we are all made of energy, and energy flows through us, and it flows through the universe, and we exchange this energy and we vibrate at certain frequencies. Like, that's just physics. And if that's true, then you already have and you already are everything you need to be successful. Because it's not more knowledge that's going to help you, because we live in a world where knowledge is annoyingly available. To be honest, it's distracting. And now there's so many options, you don't know what to choose, so we choose none. So now instead of making a wrong decision, we make no decision, which I would argue is worse than the wrong decision. And so we live in this world where it's not that you need to know more. You don't. You need to get rid of that, those salt shakers that are sitting there in your life. You need to get rid of them so that you can actually find the answer. You can see the answer that is easier, more simple than you ever thought imagining. But for some reason, we like to punish ourselves, or we like to compare what we're about to go in the future, and what we're about to experience in the future, as to what we experienced in the past, which was heartache and pain and discouragement and disappointment. That doesn't have to be the case anymore. And so if you really, 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 really want to lose weight, if you really want to lose weight without knowing how, without even knowing what to eat or how to exercise or how to shift your mindset, without knowing any of that, one of the first steps is realizing that the answer is there. You've probably already heard of it because we've been bombarded with information. It's just you allowing yourself to accept that the answer is not as complex as expected, and that you can reach your goals. Because how is thinking it's going to be hard going to help you? How is thinking it's impossible in menopause going to help you? How is thinking my family's holding me back, my husband's holding me back, my age is holding me back, my injury is holding me back, my medical condition is holding me back or slowing me down? How is thinking and believing any of that actually helping, even if it's true? It's not. It's not, and that's a hard pill to swallow, and it's still hard for me to swallow sometimes, right? When my husband wants to order a burger and fries in front of me, and I'm sitting there saying, I want a burger and fries, it's not fair. My husband makes this so hard for me. Well, it's not his fault. It's me. I can be successful because of him, or I can be unsuccessful because of him. You get what I'm saying here? And so if you actually want results that can happen immediately, like today, tomorrow, like you want quick results finally, but not only that, you want mental freedom. Like you just want all this space in your mind freed up. You just want to stop overthinking and overanalyzing and having all these unanswered questions and doubt and fear and disappointment. Like if you're just tired of this cloud looming over you in terms of weight loss or health or your self-confidence or your self-efficacy and your belief to actually get things done and be consistent and have discipline, like if you're just constantly comparing yourself to your future self or to everybody else and thinking you're always falling short, if you're just tired of that, I want you to know the answer is there. You have to take your blindfold off. It starts with how you're speaking and how you hold your body. Maybe you don't have confidence, but saying you don't have confidence is not helping you gain confidence. And when you say you don't have confidence and you're looking down with your chest, hunched over, that's also not helping. Your body feels that energy. Put your chest high, make eye contact, don't let your voice shake, and speak the way you know that amazing future you speaks. Speak the way a president would address a crowd. Speak the way an empress would address her kingdom. Even if you don't know what you're saying, put your hands on your hip, put your chest tall and say, good morning, instead of having nothing to say. It starts with every single thought is either serving you or not serving you. And if you are not where you want to be, the chances are the majority of your thoughts are not what they should be. Majority, which is a crazy thought, but that means it can be changed. It's just a thought. Explore your thoughts, but don't feel your thoughts, right? Think of thoughts and feelings as leaves falling off of a tree, falling into a river, and then floating by on that river. We don't have to indulge them. We can acknowledge that they're there and watch them continue to float by on that river. And so if you're really taking what I'm saying here seriously, and you're resonating with having blind spots and tired of this cloud around you and wanting the answer to be easier than it's been, if you're resonating with that, then really sit down and think about what thoughts and beliefs that what are the thoughts and the beliefs that I can't back up? Like, where did they come from? Why is it harder to lose weight in menopause? Because your metabolism slows down. Does it? Who told you that? A doctor? An article on Google? Your friend? Okay. Is it true? Look into it. And if it's true, is it still an excuse not to try? No, you know this. Play that logic game with yourself. Don't let the emotions and the thoughts get in your way. Reprogram. Be like, I'm going to be the fittest person I've ever been and have menopause, right? It's not, I want to lose weight, but I have menopause. That's a negative statement saying it's not going to happen because of this thing. It's say, I'm going to lose weight and I have menopause. That makes you sound like a badass. That's somebody I'd rather hang out with because, like, victims are icky. Ugh. Victim mentality, ugh. Growth. You have the power. You have the power. You have the power. You have the information. You have the knowledge. You have the energy in your cells. You are already all you need to be, and you already have all you need to have. Until you feel that in your bones by first saying it and thinking it enough times where you start to believe it. Until you believe that in your bones, you will always struggle and you will think things are harder than they need to be. And then they will be harder than they need to be. The universe just gives you what you ask for. So check what you've been asking for.